Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Today we can talk about excessive waste and improper recycle. The problem is based on the goal to have, which is responsible consumption and production. The problem we face every year are improper waste segregation, overuse of plastic and non-composting of food waste. Every day, we throw away a lot of things, which is plastic bag, food, bottle and more. But all this waste is causing a big problem for our planet. The main issue are we don't sort our trash the right way, we use too much plastic and we waste a lot of food. When we mix everything in one bin, it hard to recycle and useful material get thrown away. Plastic is another big problem. Most of it used once and then throws, but it stay in the environment for hundreds of years. Improperly sorting our waste and using too much plastic are major threats to the environment. This not only makes recycle more difficult but also contaminates material that could have been reused, leading them to end up in landfill or being burned. Now we talk about food waste. Every year, the world produces enough food to feed everyone on the planet, but shockingly, about one-third of that food, only 1.3 billion tons, never get eaten. Food waste happens when we throw away food that could have been eaten. This can be leftover meal, fruit and vegetables that don't look perfect, or food that we forget it in fridge until it's going bad. Around the world, a high amount of food is wasted every day.
Let's start with the improper waste segregation. In many places, people throw everything, including the recyclable food scraps and non-recyclable waste in one bin. It seems simple, but this one action has a massive impact. When recyclable materials like plastic or paper end up mixed with other trashes, they can no longer be reused or recycled. Instead, they pile up in the landfills, contributing to pollution and other waste. Ethically, it's hard to ignore the responsibility we have to our planet. Not segregating waste properly is neglecting our duty to protect the environment. This affects everyone, especially the future generations who will inherit the consequences of our actions. The question is, should we keep making life harder for those who come after us, or should we start being more responsible now? Now, let's talk about plastic overuse. Plastic is everywhere. Bags, bottles, straws, packaging, and most of it is only used once before being thrown away. But the problem goes much deeper. In many places, there's no real recycling initiatives, which means plastic waste ends up in landfills or even our oceans. Plastic can take centuries to decompose. In the meantime, it harms wildlife and damages our ecosystem. On an ethical level, we know that plastic doesn't disappear, it just breaks into smaller pieces, causing even more harm. If we continue in this path, we are not just damaging the nature, but we are damaging the future. Lastly, food waste. This is one of the most heartbreaking issues. Every day, food that could be nourishing someone is thrown away because it wasn't eaten in time. Instead of being composted, it's dumped into landfills where it decomposes and releases methane, which is one of the most harmful greenhouse gases. Ethically, it's a moral failure to waste food when so many go hungry. And it's not just about the food, it's about the resources wasted, the water, energy, and the labor that go into producing a food, only to see it thrown away. We have a responsibility to reduce waste by composting and ensuring that we don't let any good food go to waste.
Our engineering solution is introducing the smart recycling machine. Let me begin by explaining the working principle of the machine. First, user need to sign out or log in into the account before starting recycling. After authenticating, the user can begin recycling by inserting recyclable item. The moisture sensor, optical sensor, and barcode reader will help the machine to identify the recyclability. Then, the item will be sorted into an appropriate internal bin. Each of the recycling activities will accumulate points which can be redeemed as voucher of grocery. All recycling data is recorded in the cloud-based system for real-time monitoring and storage. The system will help to track the recycling trend, evaluate environmental impact, and identify areas for improvement. Now, let's take a look at the key features of the machine. It operates on solar energy, which can reduce electricity usage and suitable for outdoor installation. The built-in sensor will identify the material of each item, which ensure proper separation and improve recycling efficiency. The compactor will help to reduce the volume of recyclable and minimize the needs for frequent emptying. The sealed and compostable food waste compartment will ensure a clean and odor-free experience. Users can easily track their recycling activity and check reward points via the mobile app. For the impact of smart recycling machine. By identifying and sorting materials, the recycling center can process waste faster, saving time, energy, and operational costs. Other than that, it will increase long-term awareness and proper behavior in waste handling. The point-based reward system with tangible incentive will motivate residents to recycle regularly and build sustainable habits. Thus, the technology and community engagement come together to create a cleaner and greener future.
Look around. The world is drowning, not just in waste, but in neglect. Plastic that could be recycled, food that could be composted, and bins that are just wrong. This isn't just an engineering problem, it's a human one, a behavioral one. Today, I'm not going to talk about technology or machines. I want to talk about us, about the choices we make every single day. Goal 12 is simple: consume responsibly and produce sustainably. But how can we do that if most people don't even know how to recycle properly? A non-engineering solution we believe in this is education and habit building at the community level. Start with schools. Teach kids that plastics, organics, and paper go into different bins. Make recycling fun, not a chore. Next, introduce composting at home. Food waste doesn't belong in a black plastic bag. It can feed the soil, not the landfill. Encourage local businesses to ditch single-use plastics. Offer discounts for customers who bring their own containers. Make it rewarding to do the right thing. And finally, use what we already have: social media. Launch community campaigns, share zero waste challenges, and celebrate small victories. When people see others making the effort, they are more likely to join in. This bag, this box, they are small things, but they are symbols of a mindset shift, of a movement. Real change doesn't always need new inventions. Sometimes it just needs new intentions.
So, to wasting up, the issue of accessing waste and improper recycling is a serious challenge in our community. It mainly caused by three factors, which is poor waste segregation, overuse of plastic, and lack of food waste composition. To address this problem, we propose a solution which is smart recycling machine powered by solar energy that use advanced sensor and reward user with point for recycle collection. This not only improve recycle habit but also promote environment responsible. On top of that, non-recycle engineering approach like community education and awareness championship can further support this effort. Together, those solutions can help build a cleaner, greener, and more responsible community for the future.